Chit Chat with Miss J. Come on and join me. And let's talk about your love, your life, your happiness, and everything in between. Get into it. Get into it.
Hey. Thank you for joining Miss J for today. So listen, right? So I'm starting to notice that since I have found myself, without someone else, and found my true voice, the me that I actually love and want to continue to grow on her part and be the best me that I can be, right? I noticed that the way that I express myself has no filter. And I also noticed that with that being said, that a lot of times people cannot take that. And it makes me come off as like a bad, mean kind of person. But I have allowed so many people to overrun my voice to be more pertinent to what I had to say, and me just biting my tongue in the process and not allowing myself to really say what I feel or do what I feel in certain situations because I hadn't grown into the person that I am today. I was saying things or responding to situations to fit the people that was in those situations with me, or even in their situations, I was doing and saying things to fit their situations instead of my own. Prime example, me back out here dating or trying to date, whatever you want to call it. I really have a zero nonsense for all the excuses and the BS and the lying and all of that. Like, I don't have no type of energy for that. So when I see things or I say things, I'm just going to say it the way I feel it. And so my thing is, at this point in my life, I want to stay in my femininity 100%. So if a man is trying to court me, I'm not going to keep reaching out to you. I'm not. If you ask me out, I'm not going to tell you, hey, you said you was taking me out. Come on, we going out? Like, I'm not. And if you're not going to do that, you're not going to make it seem like I'm the one that is holding us back from going out. Because you want me to be feminine when it comes to having a conversation with you. You want me to be feminine when it comes to how I respond to you as a man. But you want me to pursue you, like, with my energy being feminine, but masculine too. Because men are to court the women. Men are to find a good thing, a wife, a spouse. Men are the ones who are supposed to be that beacon to connect. Now, don't get me wrong. It is a give and take, right? So my willingness to reciprocate has to be on the other end of that, which means if you ask me out and I say yes, my reciprocation would be to show up. My reciprocation would be to keep my word on that. My reciprocation would be to be in that moment with you there. I'm not supposed to plan the date, ask you to pick. You're supposed to do that already. Like, come on now. Y'all got people in gender roles sucks these days. It's just almost like, you want me to be feminine because that's how a woman should be, but you don't want me to be feminine when you don't want to do something your masculine energy should be taken care of. But that's the problem. And now that I know myself full and truly, I'm going to call it out. I'm going to call it out. And that's not being masculine. And like I said, I can just simply shut it down at this point. Like, I'm just going to be like, I already said how I felt about it. I'm not going to keep going back and forth about something that's not going to change. If I'm going to be a feminine woman 100% of the time, that's what I'm going to be. I'm not going to stop being me or stop being feminine because you chose not to keep your word or be consistent with the things that you should be consistent with, and then make excuses to make it seem like the female was the one that dropped the ball. We're not doing that. We're not doing that no more. And however anybody feel, one thing you should know about me is I am perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I mean, you see me now. I'm lounging on the couch. In my cute clothes, by the way. I will get dressed up to sit in the house, do my hair, look all cute, rock my earrings, and be me in my house by myself in my own peace. I could take myself to the movies. I could take myself to dinner. Matter of fact, I can cook. I have a full bar. I can handle myself. I am perfectly fine isolating and being by myself. And trust and believe me, you know, being by yourself is not the same as being with somebody else, but I can be content. Trust and believe me, I can be 100% content with being by myself. So you not playing your role and moving on to the next person who going to do what you want outside of their gender role, go ahead. Just don't waste my time because I'm not going to waste yours. And I'm going to tell you how I feel. And if we can't get on the same page with that, 9 times out of 10, we're not going to work because I'm just not that person anymore. A few months ago, yeah, I probably would have been like, hey, you know, you going, we still supposed to go out or, you know. But then when I assert myself in that way, and we become more in tune, and then I'm still asserting myself further in the relationship, then it's like, you got too much masculine energy. You want to start it off that way so that you can get me to be compliant to the way you want things to go in that moment. But when I keep my masculine energy going forward, then it's like, you too masculine. Where's the femininity? It was gone when you imposed the masculine energy on me. Right? Come on now. If we're going to impose these gender roles, which for me I am, so I'm going to need my man to be 100% masculine all the time when I get one. Because if he not, I don't want you. And if you're not 100% masculine, I don't respect you. And if you got to do things to make me feel like I'm the one that's wrong when you know you was there wrong, I don't want you. And that's just the way it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to play no games. I'm not going to keep calling you. I'm not going to keep asking you. And when you ask me what's my problem, I'm going to tell you. I'm not chasing you. I'm not. And you shouldn't either. Because if somebody's not being who you want them to be, don't waste my time or yours. Don't keep trying to change my perspective about what I'm saying. Because I'm not yielding my perspectives for anybody else anymore. That's the one thing the 4 relationships I've had has taught me. Is that I always change myself to fit the person that I was with and always end up on the outside being treated wrong, disrespected, cheated on, hurt, left alone, in a relationship feeling lonely, taken advantage of. And I'm a good woman. And when I say a good woman, I don't lie, I don't cheat, I cook, I am clean, and I will do almost anything anybody asks me to do. And I'm 100% feminine. Not to mention cute. But let's be clear. We're not going to impose masculine energy on me and expect me to be all feminine too. I'm not doing it. And if you can't be the man and keep your word and keep your consistency, guess what? You're not for me. And I'm going to tell you that. And if you don't like it and you want to call me mean or, oh, you just nasty, you bitter. I'm not bitter. I'm not mad at nobody. I don't want nobody I already had that's treated me bad. I don't want to be in that situation. I know who I am today. My past relationships made me grow into the woman that I am and made me see that I deserve better. I deserve a man that's a man 100% of the time. You want to take me out, say that. And when you say that, mean that. Don't say that and then expect me to keep beating you down like, oh yeah, you said you was going to take me out. And I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. What I look like? I'm not doing that. If you calling, I'm going to call you. If you texting me every morning, I'm going to text you. And you don't have to do it all the time. I'm going to reciprocate your energy that you're giving to me. But if I ask you out, I'm going to keep my word and I'm going to be like, hey, I asked you, could I take you here? You want to go? You still want to go? But I'm not going to do that but so many times either. I'm not going to do that but so many times either, because after you show me that you're not going to make the time for me, that's enough. That's enough. I'm not going to keep doing it. I'm not going to keep doing it. And ladies, y'all shouldn't either. And fellas, y'all shouldn't either. When people showing you exactly who they are, believe it. Believe it. Don't try to impose your perspectives on somebody else or impose yourself or change yourself to fit somebody else's perspectives of you. That's not who you are, don't be that person. Somebody will love you just the way you are. Believe that, okay? And that is, it's easier said than done when you haven't learned a lot. And it's even harder when you learned a lot, but you in love. And it's harder when you in love or you in love and hurt. It's hard to find yourself. But see, I'm the kind of person, I'm a Pisces. I'm 100% can let you go. And when I say, and that's why so many people, when I say I'm going to let somebody go, you always you're going to go back. You're going to be there. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. I'm going to tell y'all something about Jay. Okay? I'm with you as long as I'm with you. I will fight for you. I will fight for us. I will do what I need to do to be there in the situation the way that I need to be. But when I'm done, and when those words come out my mouth to say, I'm done, it's over, that's it, I don't want you no more, we're done, that's cool, go ahead about your business. It ain't nothing you or nobody else can say to persuade me to come back. Nothing. I'm going to give you all the chances I give you while I'm with you, and when I'm gone, I'm gone. So when you lose me, miss me, because that's what you're going to have to do from here on out. And it is what it is. I'm just that person. And I'm not going to keep going back and forth. I'm not the kind of person that jump from man to man. I'm not the kind of person that's going to sleep with anybody. And ask. You can ask about me. I'm real stingy now. Psh, clink, clink. Stingy. Please ask anybody. I don't say anything that I don't mean. I don't. And I'm not mad about anything or anybody. I'm not. I just want to be in my peace and be peaceful and live my life, right? So, with that being said, I want y'all to take heed on what's going on in your situations. And if you want to be 50-50, let's be 50-50 all the way around the board. If you want to split the bills with me, we're going to split those bills 50-50, but I'm going to carry 50% masculine energy too. Don't tell me that you don't want to hear my mouth. If I'm paying half these bills, you're going to hear half the words. If you want me to shut up, pay all these bills. We can't have it both ways. We cannot have it both ways. We cannot have it to where you want me to be 100% feminine woman, but you want me to pay half the bills too. And I'm not supposed to have an opinion about what happens in the household that we're both paying for. We can't have it both ways. And maybe y'all can. That's fine. It's a million, probably billions of people who's okay with that. But I'm not. And that's just the way it is for me, for Jay, for me. And if anybody feels a way about it, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to cross my path. I don't have to cross paths with anybody. Except the person who's willing to be 100% masculine. Now, like I said, if we're going to do the 50-50 thing, come on, we can have that conversation too. Because if we doing 50-50, everything 50-50, you want to give and take 50-50, cool. I'm going to be 50% feminine and 50% masculine. If you working all day and I'm working all day and we both bringing home the money to pay the bills to the house, we both taking out the trash, we both cooking, we both cleaning, we both doing all of it. We both taking care of the kids, we both taking them to the doctors, we both dropping them off and picking them up from school. Cool. But what we not going to do is have us both working and us both paying the bills, and I'm still doing all the cooking, all the cleaning, all the taking out the trash, all the taking the kids back and forth to the doctors, to the schools, to the shows, to the whatevers. You ain't running me in no hole. No thanks. And if you out here being ran in a hole, I'm going to need you to grow up. This is what real grown-ups do. Take responsibility for what you asking for. And if you asking for something that's unreasonable, then that's not your person. If it's unreasonable for you, that person is not for you. Like if what I'm saying is unreasonable to you, I'm not for you. I'm not. But somebody will see it as reason and be okay with that. If you want me to be 100% feminine woman, I'm going to need you to be 100% masculine man. It is what it is. Anyway, thank you for joining Miss J for today. Mwah! This one ran a little long, but I appreciate you. And I kind of owed y'all that because I've been kind of sick. So I haven't did a chit chat, but it is one coming out this weekend. So be on the lookout for that on YouTube. Chit chat with Miss J. No spaces. Or you can catch it on audio version. Chit chat with Miss J. You can add the spaces on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, and Amazon Audible, and Google and Apple Podcasts. You can also find my audio version there. And be sure to catch up on any chit chats. Thank you so much for joining Miss J for today. Mwah! Have a great day.